In this era of social media, it's often the most niche forms of entertainment that catch on like wildfire online. For one Milwaukee dog, it was her unwavering love for an A-list actor that got her hundreds of thousands of fans and a trip to meet her favorite superhero. Stephanie Rodriguez has our story.
There's like at least 5 of Rory.
Heather Land illustrates adult coloring books, and one of her muses is Rory, a charismatic Frenchie she affectionately calls a grumpy Oreo.
She's sassy and cranky and sweet and hilarious and weird.
One day, she decided to show her spunky companion to the world, making Rory a TikTok account.
I love sharing my dog with everybody because even if I didn't go on TikTok, I'd still just be filming everything that she does and recording her all day, every day anyway, because she's so cute and funny.
She highlighted Rory's attempts at winning local contests with homemade outfits, and dog lovers were hooked.
The first video that ever went viral was Rory in her seal costume, and we went around and did a whole bunch of costume contests in the Milwaukee area, and she lost all of them, and the internet was really, really upset about it.
A couple of years later, Rory really took over people's For You page.
You want to know what she would do if I gave her a photo of him?
Because of Henry Cavill.
I was just watching The Witcher, I put it on, and then I noticed she would run back and forth on the couch and stare at the TV and make little noises, and then she would get down on the floor and look up at it, and it was only scenes that had Henry Cavill in it, and I'm like, this is so weird. So I recorded her and I posted it on TikTok, and I'm like, my dog loves The Witcher. And they're like, oh, do you think she likes The Witcher, or does she like Henry Cavill?
After the internet got wind the Superman actor was her kryptonite, they wanted Land to test Rory's devotion.
We did a bunch of other tests, so like, does she like his voice? And so I played a silent slideshow, and she stared at the whole thing. And then I played clips of just his voice with other actors, and she didn't look at the TV at all. She was wandering around the floor looking for him. I'm like, okay, that's odd. So then they suggested I give her a photo to look at, and I set it up on the windowsill, and she just went over and sat on her little couch and stared at it. And she would go over multiple times a day and stare at her photo, and then people just started sending her Henry Cavill stuff, and now I have a shrine in my living room.
One included swapping him out for a different superhero.
Now for science, let's switch it out for Jason Momoa and see if she notices.
And immediately she turned around and looked at me like I was crazy. She was like, what is this man doing here? He does not belong.
Rory's love for the actor spread so much, it reached people at Netflix.
They're like, well, we want to invite you to the Witcher Season 3 premiere in London. And my first thought was, how am I going to bring a dog to London?
I thought dogs can't fly in the cabin directly to the UK, and you would be correct. They cannot, so we didn't fly into the UK. We actually flew to Paris first.
After some research, they flew across the pond. There was no guarantee this little Frenchie would meet her idol, but her dreams came true.
Hey, Rory.
She stopped walking as soon as she saw him and stared at him, and then looked at me like, is this really happening right now? There was people circled all around, and she didn't look at any of them. She stared right into his eyes.
Rory's followers couldn't have been happier for this four-legged fangirl.
Rory, that's Henry Cavill. Why am I crying? She got to meet Henry Cavill.
But I will never forget, there was hundreds of videos of people recording themselves crying, watching her meet Henry Cavill.
Months after meeting Cavill, Rory met another DC comic movie star, Jason Momoa. But Rory wasn't too impressed.
Want to go home and watch Henry Cavill?
Now that she's walked the red carpet, Rory's set to use her celebrity to judge for a dog reality show Land created.
And it's a competition show for dogs and their owners, and we have 8 contestants who are all fantastic, and I cannot wait for everybody to meet them. And they're going to do different fun challenges, each one a week at the Hounds and Tap in Menominee Falls. She's not going to give out any points, but she's just going to look at them weird, you know, she's going to side-eye them.
While she's a star online, she's Land's shadow in real life, and she's happy to give the world a fraction of the Rory she gets every day.
It's amazing seeing how many people love my dog, which I never thought would be a thing that would happen, but she's got people all over the world who send comments all the time about how they're going through a rough time, and Rory's videos are some of the only things that keep them happy, or people who lost their job and they're like, I went and watched 1 million Rory videos today to try to cheer myself up. So it's just so nice that she can make people feel happy.